Today we're going to keep things going. I'm kind of done with Naruto and possibly even anime for a little bit. We're going to continue with our drawing segment, and we're going to kind of go old school. Let's begin. So you're going to want to create an oval for the head, and I'll zoom in so you can see. As you can see, let me zoom out real quickly. As you can see, I'm starting in the upper right hand side of my paper. Let's zoom in, and you might be able to see what's underneath it. Oval like that. If it's not perfectly round, that's fine. If you make mistakes, that's fine. Sometimes turning or rotating your paper will help with curves. Now, before I make these recordings, sometimes I practice more than just one time. And so I have the luxury of tracing what I've already practiced drawing. We're going to draw one eye on the right. We're going to draw another shape similar to that. These lines will be very close. If they touch, that's okay. You can shade that part in with pencil. On the left, same shape, just flipped over to the other side. Right now we have symmetrical balance. What we have on the left side, we should have on the right side. And what we have on the right side, we should have on the left side, just the mirror image. Now, Spider-Man has been my favorite. When I was little, he was definitely my favorite. I can't say that I have a favorite comic hero now. So 4 lines at the top, 4 lines at the bottom, 2, 3, 4. Four lines on the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we have 4 eyes here on the right, we'll have 4 lines on the left side. We should have another 4. So this character likes 4s. 1, 2, 3. Then 4 comes all the way around the sides. And actually, it comes down as well. At the bottom, we have 3 more lines. 1 curve up, 2, 3. this is what you should have so far. You should have Spiderman. His head is tilted at an angle. It's not upright and it's not horizontal, it's at a diagonal. Let's zoom in a little bit, not a lot. So we're going to start, let me make a little mark where my pencil, okay, so that's the knee. So we're going to start by drawing the body coming from the head down. So we're going to draw a curved line on the right, another curved line. This will be the shoulder on the right. I can zoom in a little bit. Curved line. Don't let these two lines touch, leave a gap. The other arm will start like this, and I'll stop here because I'm running out of room on my screen, and I'll zoom out a little bit more in just a second. I'm keeping my finger here so I know not to go below that line because you won't be able to see. Let's finish this right arm, at least until this point. This is the bicep and the forearm. Bicep, forearm. We're going to finish this below. We're going to add the hands later. Let's draw the back of this arm right here. Let me put my finger here so I know not to go lower than that. We're going to start where the head is, come around, and I'll pause here for just a second. Then this is the tricep, the back of your arm where the bicep is, and then the forearm. Alright, I'm going to slide my paper up like so. Alright, your hands are going to be right here. Let's start with the left arm. This is the thumb. And I'll zoom in on the hands. Hands can be tricky. So the other side comes down and curves back up to the thumb. And then the fingers, because Spider-Man's making a fist, he's holding on to something. On the other side, well, let me zoom out first so you can see what I've done so far. So far, this is what I have. Notice I've kept room at the bottom for the legs. Let's zoom in. Oh, wrong way. I'm using a different phone this week. Alright, so slide that up. Fingers and hands are tricky. Alright. This hand is going to be holding something. Short parallel lines. Erase everything inside that. The other hand will come down. This will be where the thumb is. This is the thumb. I'm going to try to go slow with the fingers. We're going to have 4 fingers. 1 curved line. 2 curved lines. 3 curved lines. And 4 curved lines. At the left side of this top finger, curve back to the rope or the webbing. Let's zoom out. This is what you should have so far. If we zoom out even more, this is what your paper should look like. We're going to focus on the back part. I'll put my finger here to make sure that I don't go below this line. Starting where the shoulder is, you're going to draw a curved line, like so. The belt, curved line. Lots of curves. One, two, three, four, 5 vertical lines, and then a line in the middle. From this point of view, we don't see a lot of the spider emblem. Circle or oval, smaller oval, shade these in. The legs will come out curved and then up towards the face. 1, 2, 3, and this next one will come down. 4. Let me zoom in. The other side. Up and at an angle. 1. These legs will almost touch, if not touch exactly. 2, 3. You're not going to see the rest of it. Let me zoom out a little bit. Alright, we're going to draw a curved line a little bit higher than this fist, up and to the right. curved line going towards the left, go back to the right, and then over. This part will be blue. Move over to the left arm, above this line, and then over. Curve, short line, and then back to the right edge of the arm. Let's start here. We're going to draw a line that curves to the left, curves up, curves to the left, and then up to the head. So this is our line. Excuse me. Skip a space. Let's go to the shoulder. We're going to curve up, over, and then to the head. Going to move up a little bit more, curve to the head, and then a short line. You can make your own lines. We're doing all the vertical lines first, then the horizontal lines. Let's go to where the armpit is. This is the armpit. Curve line. Curve line. That's 2. One more. 3. And then 4. Again, I know Spider-Man's costume is not very easy to draw because of the webbing on the costume. So it doesn't matter if yours doesn't look perfect. Mine doesn't look perfect either, because in here there is a slight difference in how these lines go. We're going to draw curved lines that look like a sad face on the thumb. 3, 4. Starting from this line, we're going to curve up. 1 curved line going up vertically. Skip a space. 2. 3. This next one is weird. 4. And then it comes back out. And then curves down. So this line comes over to the right, back to the left. It changed its mind, and then down. Alright, the next line, curve to the right. Do a switcheroo. That means change directions. Up, around, down, and then up to the head. The next line is a lot easier. Come up, curved line, and then we have one more line, curved line. Now you can draw the horizontal lines. You can go from the bottom up, top down. It really kind of doesn't matter. Left to right or right to left. One. And you can add how many you want to add. You don't have to draw as the picture goes, because I am definitely not going to draw exactly like the Spider-Man picture I'm using as a reference point. Inside here, maybe I'll add another line. Again, if you can't draw what I draw, don't worry about it. I'm not drawing the lines exactly like on the character itself. Just kind of connect, and you can curve these almost like this. Curve, curve. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Curve, curve like that. And that's fine. Let me zoom out so you can see what you should have so far. Too far. Perfect. A lot of intersecting lines, crisscross lines, crisscross, intersecting. This is what you should have so far. Now there are more lines in the gloves. And again, remember, do the best you can. Yours doesn't have to look like mine. Mine doesn't look exactly like the image I'm drawing. So the lines twist to the right, from left to right on the hand. And then they intersect in the other direction. They're curved lines inside the fingers. It's a lot of details. A lot of details. There are lines in the palm, the thumb. Spider-Man's costume is very detail oriented. We haven't even talked about shading yet. Yeah, that's good. Sometimes you just gotta fake it till you make it. This is what you should have so far. So I drew one version with just the shading. I didn't add details like the lines. So you see the difference, that one side has more shading and the other side has more details in the costume. I had to close the door. They're making announcements already. Now we're going to work from the waist down. And hopefully you haven't figured out what I'm trying to get you all to do. Hopefully I can trick you. So, on the right side, this is where the hip is. Remember, this is the belt. Bottom of the camera is here. Alright. So I need to slide this up. We're going to draw one leg going out to the right. This is the knee. So we're changing directions and going diagonally to the bottom left and stop here. We're going to draw a line on the left for the left leg. Curve out. This is the knee. Curve out and in. Out and then in. In usually refers to the middle of something. Start close to where the forearm is. This is the forearm, elbow, forearm. Curve towards the knee. Come down a little bit. Curve out and to the right, and then back in and stop. We're going to finish this leg first because this leg overlaps this leg. Let's zoom in to the feet. The heel, the back of the foot is the heel, comes down. The toe, and then back up. Now Spider-Man's wearing these boot-looking things. So right below the knee, you're going to draw a curved V. And then lines that curve inside. I'm not really going to count because the number doesn't matter to me. Now it might matter to you, but not really to me. So horizontal lines. Then I'm going to change directions. Anytime you see me pausing, I'm stopping. And then I'm looking up to look at the picture. Let me zoom out. This is what you should have so far. This is the shading. This is the detail. This picture has detail of the costume itself. Let's work on this right leg. Right leg coming up. We're going to start here, right above the knee of the left leg, horizontal curve line between the arms, short horizontal curve line. On the other right side of this right arm, curve up and stop. So 1, 2, 3 curved lines. The calf to the heel. We're going to continue this line. This is the webbing. top of the boot. Lines inside. You can add shading to this. You don't have to right now. If you can find the original picture, that's kind of great. And what you can do to see the lights and dark values is you can squint. When you squint, you see the parts that are light and you see the parts that are dark. So that lets you know what parts to shade. And you can smudge. Smudging means you using your finger to spread out the graphite or lead, but the only problem is you'll get your finger dirty. The way you can clean your finger is to take your paper and rub it on the back, and it gets your finger cleaner. So there's a shadow here. And I know I'm going quickly because I'm pretty sure we're going to run out of time and I may have to fast forward. So I kind of add some lead or graphite, whatever your pencil has, and I smudge. The cool thing about doing that is you can also go back and erase some of that to get highlights. And those of you that have been watching my channel, you know that I like to use a toothbrush. When you erase, you have these little crumbs, and instead of wiping your hand across, I use my toothbrush. So we have some shading going on here. And again, I'm going to do this really quickly, so it's not going to look the best, just because I know we're going to be pushing it for time. Now, earlier I said I hope I can trick you into doing something. I'm going to show you what that something is in just about 10 seconds. The more shading you add, the better you get at shading, I should say. The more realistic your picture will become. And if you shade outside of the lines, just go back, erase. Shading helps us create three-dimensional shapes or forms on a two-dimensional surface. Paper is flat. Alright, that's good enough for now. Let me stop. Or else I'll just keep going and going and going. Alright, what I want you to do now, this is a picture of Spider-Man, right? But this is not how the paper goes. I tricked you. Turn your paper upside down. And now you have drawn Spider-Man hanging upside down. You can draw buildings in the background. Because we know that Spider-Man lived in the city. You can add windows later. These would be skyscrapers. You can add windows to your buildings. or you can draw singular windows like this. So as you color these buildings, you can make each building a different color. And you can add details even inside the windows. You might see curtains in some windows. You might see blinds in some windows. And you can finish this on your own. So every time I make these videos, I like to draw with pencil because I know I'm going to make mistakes. After I draw with pencil, I usually trace it with a marker by just putting it up to a window and looking through it. After I trace it, I redraw it with you all because I have to do this quickly for the video. And that's the process of making videos for you. So you all, sometimes some of you complain about drawing it one time. Well, I draw it 3 times for one video. So remember, this is Spider-Man hanging upside down.